co-founders of Dipper.
Dipper is a technology platform that guides professionals of color to a better workplace, one review at a time.
Dipper is your safe space. It is the time for you to share your voice with a community that you are a part of. Visit us and join today at ourdipper.com.
Welcome, Jacinta. So happy to see you.
Hi.
Happy holidays to you. Happy New Year.
Yes. Happy New Year. Is this like the last week where we say Happy New Year to people?
I know. Listen, I'm stuck in 2022. I'm like, happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah, it's like, how long does it go into February? Like, how long are we saying happy holidays to people?
Right. It's almost like, when do people start? I guess once they start taking down their trees and all of their ornaments and decorations, right?
Yeah,
that's when we stop. That's when we stop.
Exactly. It's like that's when we're going to be done. So, but I'm glad we got to connect. It's good to see you.
It's so nice to see you as well. To see folks diving in already, and I'm so
awesome.
excited, right? So happy New Year's to everyone and happy 2023. Hopefully your year is starting off the right way. But I know we have a hot pressing topic today that came from our audience. And what our audience members and LinkedIn followers want to know is, what are things organizations should be leaving behind in 2022? So we want to hear from all of you that are leaving comments and saying good morning and happy New Year. What should organizations leave behind, Jacinta, would you say?
Yeah, and it's so interesting because I was listening to, it must have been Sunday because it was a sermon. I was listening to a sermon on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was really compelling to me because it was like, yes, we always talk about like New Year's resolutions and like new things that we're going to do. And all of the stuff that we're like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to like be more organized. I'm going to like declutter my closet and pantry. But there's also this time of like reckoning where we really speak to like, what are we just not going to take with us? Like, what are we deciding is not going to come over into 2023? And so, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're a leader at an organization or like an individual contributor that is growing and thriving, I think we're all like reflecting on what's the stopgap, like what are the things that we just don't want to bring with us anymore. And when I think about DEI, one thing that really stuck out to me is like box checking. Like we've got to stop like just checking the box on diversity. Like we have the one event and we do the one thing and we're just like, that's it. That was the strategy. Like we're good now. That's our DEI. And it's sometimes that can be a bad habit. And like, but it's something that I think we just got to leave in 2022.
We need to. I think the other thing is tone policing. In 2022,
I love that.
So many people were being tone policed.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping that organizations, their leaders, understand what tone policing is and how it then impacts people and just stop. Just stop it.
Yeah. Yep. And something I even practiced today, and it takes some humility, right? But the act of thinking about accountability, like we've got to really push ourselves and others to be accountable for their actions, right? And I think there was a lot, we see it in the news and government where people may have said and done things and just walk away. And they're like, oh, there were no consequences, but sometimes there are. And so if you break shit, fix it.
Yeah, you're totally right. And it's very interesting and perplexing to me when organizational leaders say, we hold accountability very high and we take action.
Yeah.
And then I say, well, how do you do that? You have no application that's measuring the impact. Everything is really objective, right? There's so much bias in your processes. So how are you actually taking action without any application that's measuring the impacts and the efforts of what the employee or organization is doing? So I hope that too, that organizations leave that piece of it behind. And if you are saying that, no, we take a stance and we focus heavily on accountability, then show up. Make sure that you have a measurable application that's able to prove that, that's tied to performance of every single employee, that is subjective and removes bias outside of the process.
Yeah. And I see that. I think John made a comment about hoping companies leave behind DER as PR. I mean, that is like, you literally took the words out of our mouth on the next one. Like, that's huge. It definitely is something I'm like, can we just leave that and like burn it? Like, let's not do that. Yeah.
The other big thing that needs to be left behind is not paying people property.
Whew.
Pay and equity needs to be, and I get it. We all read the report. 2050 is when women are making this much, or Black, right? Can we just leave it behind? Can we just pay people properly? Can we make sure that if you're reaching out to a consultant, that you do have the budget, right? You're not coming in with, well, you know, this will give you some exposure.
Yeah.
Let's put a stop to that.
Yeah, for sure. No, this is a good list. And someone asked, like, will this be on YouTube? Absolutely. Every Shut Up and Listen we do is on YouTube. Also, we have a platform. We have a place for us to like continue these conversations. So I'm not saying it's over right now. I'm saying like when it is over, you'll be able to go to YouTube. You'll be able to go to ourdipper.com and join in for sure. Yeah. Like there are good habits. There are bad ones.
Yeah.
Well, and I think someone said we'll never see it again. Go ahead. Go for it. What's another one?
We don't want to see it again, right? But
we'll never see it again.
Into 2023.
Yeah.
I would say the one and done sessions. Companies need to leave that behind. If you don't have sessions that are sustainable and it's ongoing and employees then apply that to their work as a lens, then you're not doing it effectively. If you're just doing 1 or 2 sessions for the year, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah. So it's like, it can't just be, or what about the ones I love, the sessions only when something goes wrong? Like it's
on demand.
It's like, ooh, something, we broke something.
Right.
So we need to do some training. Like it's totally fair that sometimes issues help us recognize a breakdown in either our systems or our teams. And so that might be a place for us to course correct, right? Totally fair. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a lot that needs to be left.
There's a lot. And there's more. And if you come up with some and you want to share them with us, you can also email us. Like it's hello@ourdipper.com. Like we love to hear from you. Hearing from folks and you all in these comments is exactly how we come up with comments. It's exactly how with topics. It's also exactly how we come up with guests. So it's not always going to be Netta and I, and we have some like really exciting stuff planned for 2023. So we're glad to like leave that 2022 behind us.
No, I love it. Someone said, yes, let's ditch the reactive posture and evoke proactive mindset. Yeah, I had a client that reached out to me last year and they didn't end up moving forward, I don't think, with any action. She called me hysterically, kind of crying. And she said, we lost almost half of our customers because of our insensitive, ad that we put out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so now you want to do something about it? And then it was followed with, but we don't quite have the budget.
Yeah.
So I said, well, keep it that way. Keep it that way. So organizations need to stay away. If you really see DEI as being important within your organization, you must set a budget for it.
And make that investment.
Make that investment. The other thing I saw trending last year was just putting people in DEI positions that don't really have the experience or even the interest. It's like, well, this person was an ERG, they led lightly, so now I'm going to ask them if they can be head of DEI.
Yeah.
What I found, and I had to coach some clients last year, one of my clients in a one-on-one coaching, she said, Netta, I don't want to be head of DEI. She was like, I was hoping for a total different opportunity. Why are they just seeing me for this role? She was like, I don't really have the experience. I don't know where to start. I want to make sure that someone can come in and drive a level of impact because they have the knowledge and the experience to do that. So I always say to organizations, if you have a CFO opening, would you then put out a blast and to all employees and say, hey, anyone that's interested in finance, apply for the CFO role?
Or that looks like they're good at math.
Even better.
You look like you're good at math.
Even better. You look like you're great at math, right?
Yeah.
Or for a CMO role. You know what? You did some light marketing. Netta, I see that you're a top influencer on LinkedIn. Go ahead. You can get this CMO role. That would never, ever happen. So why does it happen with DEI? So it shows the inequity within it. It shows the seriousness. It shows the respect level when organizations do that. And I'm really hoping that they really leave that in 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's not going to be 2022 again. Like that was it. Yeah. And we are in a new year and there's so much new opportunity ahead. And I hope folks feel energized. I also recognize some people feel anxious, so all those things are things we can chat about and continue to unpack. But I'm really glad that we got to do it together here today.
I love this, but can we just laugh at this one? John said, anyone with a social media account.
Apply to be a CMO.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would never happen.
It would never happen with any other field. No other. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing.
This is awesome. There's so much momentum from audience members. What were you going to say?
No, I thought that was good too. It's funny. I think on the radio the other day. Yes, I was listening to the Breakfast Club and they were interviewing Jennifer Lewis, and they were talking about in Hollywood studios, a lot of times a DEI leader is picked just because that person was Black or was a woman. Yeah. And, but it's like, what makes someone a good, like she was speaking to, what makes someone a good director or things like that is really their experience, what they've had. And so sometimes like it could be your lived experience, but the combination of your personal experience too could make you a very sharp professional to help take an organization forward.
Yeah. And see, the work around DEI it's working very closely with people. So understanding human behavior is significantly important, to execute on a lot of these things, understanding race relations, understanding history, right?
Yeah.
Understanding education. How do you then go about adult learning? So I think there are a lot of different elements to it. And I'm really hoping that people get serious about the talent that they bring in within organizations to lead these efforts.
Yeah, because even in, it's a thing that I even was checking myself on this week, like, making sure that we're thinking about the humanity and psychology within our business, and whether that's like our teams or our customers, and ensuring that that's being top of mind in whatever strategy we're doing and the steps that we're trying to take. So it makes sense that even in DEI, where a lot of times that is a, role that is there for the people, that humanity needs to come at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know Noelle had a really good question if you're really interested
Ooh,
in breaking into DEI, how do you do it? I'm actually going to start
that could
developing.
be a whole topic.
I
That could be
know. It
that's
can
a good
be,
one.
yeah. So I'm going
Good
to start
question,
developing
Noelle.
content in a course for those that are interested. So I'll definitely reach out to you, Noelle, to let you know once that's up and running and ready to go. This has
Absolutely.
been amazing, and I can't believe
So
it's
good.
been 59, Jacinta.
I know. It's already 12
Oh my
on
gosh,
the
I
Eastern
missed you
Standard.
so much.
I know. I know. And this has been great. I feel I'm re-energized. And thank you all for joining us. We are here every Thursday. And so stay in touch. Go to ourdipper.com, sign up, write a review, share your experience. You can also reach Netta and I at hello@ourdipper.com.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, everyone, take care and have a
All
great
right. Bye. Have a good one.